Hey everyone, Stuart Ford and Randy Helms here. You may or may not recognize us, but we've been the auctioneers for the past few Nick Finnegan Counseling Center Tree of Life galas. These auctions have raised an astounding $235,000 for the center, and hopefully this year's event will be no exception. The funds raised here tonight will allow NFCC to continue their great work and services they provide in the way of much needed counseling services in Houston and our surrounding communities. Randy, don't know about you, but I believe we could all use some counseling during these tough times.
Stuart and I sure wish everyone could attend this year's gala in person, but due to the coronavirus pandemic, we understand the decision to make this year's event a virtual online event. It's going to feel a bit odd not being on stage with you, Stuart, but we completely understand the reason why. In lieu of that, Stuart and I wanted to take time out of our self-quarantining to have a brief conversation on what NFCC means to us and fill you all in on what NFCC has been doing since the last gala.
Randy, it took me a few times to get used to Zoom, but I figured it out. I'm on Zoom numerous times each week, whether it's a business meeting, Bible study, or just catching up with my mom. Zoom is amazing technology, but Randy, I didn't know this either, but in June, the center partially reopened, allowing a limited number of staff in their building each day. Studies show, and you and I know, that there's just no substitute for face-to-face interaction with people, especially with teachers and counselors. This is terrific news that the center is able to offer limited in-person counseling. The majority of counseling sessions are still performed via Zoom technology, but they do have one or two counselors who see clients on site every day during COVID.
I've read recent reports that the need for mental health counseling has grown exponentially during COVID-19. I myself feel at times I need counseling when my wife asks me to go for yet another long walk in 102-degree Houston heat. And I know for sure that my dog Bogey does too. You know, a dog and a husband can only take so many walks in a day.
I know that's right.
Research has shown that nearly half of the adults in the United States reported that their mental health has been negatively impacted due to worry and stress over the virus. It's amazing stuff. Experts expect its psychological impact to be greater than Hurricane Harvey and the 2008 recession combined because of the resulting job loss, isolation, and unpredictability. I didn't think anything could be worse. What Houston experienced during Harvey, and Ike for that matter, not only has COVID brought up new mental health issues, but many pre-existing mental health issues as well, such as grieving the death of a loved one, anxiety, depression, and domestic spouse and child abuse.
Randy, I was just thinking, with the rise in unemployment during COVID, if people find themselves in a need for counseling, the cost of counseling is probably a big concern. I was talking with Mary Elizabeth Hand before we taped this segment, and she reminded me to mention the fact that NFCC offers a sliding scale payment option for clients.
Sliding scale, what's that?
Well, NFCC offers clients 3 payment options. First of all, they offer low private payment rates. Second, they work with various insurance companies to have them help pay for the sessions. And third, they offer a reduced hourly counseling rate for clients who can't afford their session. NFCC will never turn anyone away due to their financial situation.
Because of the increased need in mental health services, NFCC is averaging 4 new client calls a day, and June was their biggest month in their history. The center provided 785 counseling sessions that month. I can only imagine until this COVID crisis wanes, the number will only get bigger.
Even though they are doing most of their counseling sessions via Zoom, NFCC's expenses are increasing because they still have to pay their counselors, and they have the added cost of about $5,000 per year for their Zoom contract. Randy, I know that we're not in front of a packed house at River Oaks Country Club, but I can't help but think that someone watching us is going to take care of that Zoom contract expense. I think we've talked long enough, Randy, because the people attending tonight's event already know about the terrific work of NFCC and believe in its mission.
Stuart, I agree with that. Before we go, though, we would be remiss if we didn't mention that there will be an auction tonight, albeit a virtual, online one, and bids will be taken until midnight tonight. As always, the proceeds from the auction go towards funding the services the center provides to the Houston community that Stuart and I have been talking about. This year's auction offers well-rounded items with fun trips that will not require you to get on a plane and share the COVID with all those on board, and they will allow you to do your early Christmas shopping. So bid high and bid often. In closing, both of us would like to recognize the great work and sacrifice of time and energy that this year's chairs, Mary Margaret and J. Podds Greer and Amy and Todd Greenwood, have given to hopefully making this event one for the ages. Thanks for all of you in attendance, and God bless each of you. Have a great evening of online virtual clean fun.
Hello everyone, my name is Becky Helms. I am Randy Helms' daughter. Some of you may recognize me from helping out with the auction last year. And I'm so happy that the girls at NFCC asked me to come back and post this video for you. So you may be asking, why am I filming from my car? Well, I am a nurse down in the medical center. I work in a surgical and liver ICU, and my days can be very challenging, mentally and physically. So I like to decompress in my car before I leave. And the way I decompress is talking to my followers on my social media. I have quite a few followers, and some of them, actually a good majority of them, are all nurses. And it's been really fun to connect with them during this COVID time about the stressors of our job and everything. So this is the place that I do my best thinking, and when they asked me to help out, I thought this would be the best place to record. The fact that over half of the adults in the United States have opened up about how COVID-19 has negatively impacted their mental health right now is astonishing. Yet people still are embarrassed to talk about it. So my goal through this video, through my social media, is to break the stigma, is to encourage you to talk to your friends and family, your loved ones, your children especially, about this stuff right now, and how it's okay to be sad and how it's healthy to talk about it. My favorite form of therapy is laughter. That is what I hope to spread through my social media account. Laughter spreads endorphins. It stimulates your heart, your lungs, your muscles. It really does decrease your stress hormone levels, which is really good for the mind, body, and soul. So go find something that makes you smile, that makes you laugh, because we all could use a little break right now. So just a quick reminder about the auction, go check it out. The money that we raise from that is a big way that we can keep these free counseling sessions going. And with the unemployment rate in the world right now, it's really important that people can still get the mental health care that they need. So please go take a look at the auction, donate, and spread the word, because NFCC is doing some great things.